What's up, everybody? BigSweetC here with you. Got a special little video for you. First and foremost, I want to say thank you guys for being patient with me. I know it's been a little while since I posted anything, and I do know that I just missed the wonderful Thanksgiving Day weekend, so I hope you guys had a very happy holiday. Here is a very happy belated Thanksgiving to you. I work in retail, so I don't really get a holiday, so to speak. You know, because heaven forbid if people don't get that one day a year where they can get the completely knockoff, made nonsense that is actually kind of crap on the inside, but it's super cheap, so you can pat yourself on the back when you give it to somebody for the holiday over a Christmas period. Yay, capitalism! You know, so I planned on coming back for the holiday and, you know, maybe seeing if I could get a stream or two in there. But the truth is, working in retail during the holiday season is probably the worst place to be working outside of maybe a hospital on the holiday season. So a little bit longer of the delay on me returning, and I'm not quite sure, you know, how steady my schedule is going to be, but I wanted you guys to know that I am thankful for you guys sticking around with me, and we will get back to the full-time rolling around now that I've got a kind of a more steady time period in my job. So you know, I switched positions, so now I have more of like a streamlined same days off, same hours type of thing, where as before it was kind of, you know, I could open one day and then I close two, and then, you know, or maybe I'm working a whole day type of thing, and midday shift kind of nonsense, and so I was kind of all over the place. Now I kind of have more of like a standard 9-to-5 job, so I'm hoping that will make the steadiness of a schedule a little bit more feasible. But because it was the holidays, I did pick up some new stuff that I'm super excited to finally get into. We picked up, I'm actually probably most excited for, I know I'm kind of late to the party, and I heard it's not super good, but I picked up Assassin's Creed Valhalla, got it over on the old PS5, so we'll get into that. Speaking of PlayStation 5, I also happened to pick up the Life is Strange, the third Life is Strange. It's called True Colors, I believe. Picked that up on PS5. I'm excited to get into that one. I got just the base games of each. I figure if I like them enough to play them over and over again, then we'll look at the DLC. I opted not to get the remastered Life is Strange combination, where it came with the third one and the first one, because they are remastering the first one, I think, which comes out, I believe, in January or February of 2022. I did not get that. I just got the base one. I know they have a DLC planned, Nightmares or something like that, for this one. But I'm very excited to get into those two. Big Assassin's Creed fan. I'm also a huge Life is Strange fan. Now, I know we played the first one originally on on PlayStation 4. I know we played Life is Strange 2, I believe, on Xbox One. So we'll see. Because they're remastering the first one and not the second one, kind of makes me think that maybe 1 and 3 are more of a kind of coherent canon storyline. But I don't know for sure, to be honest with you. That is, I always kind of thought they were just kind of 3 separate stories. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe they are, and they just wanted to remaster the first one for whatever reason. For whatever, you know, because they're together and the second one's kind of left out, I feel like either A, maybe they didn't really like the second one, maybe they didn't think it was successful enough, or B, 1 and 3 are actually kind of related in a way, as opposed to just kind of like a side story, like the second one is. But I'm super excited for that. On the Nintendo side of things, I got Metroid Dread. I also picked up the remaster of Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. So we've got another Zelda game to play. I've already played it before. I played it on the Nintendo Wii. I'm excited to see what this remaster comes out with. I know a friend of mine played it before. She seemed to dig it a lot. So I'm excited to see what it is. And, of course, Metroid Dread. 2D platformers, my guys. You know I love those 2D platformers, so I'm excited to get into that one as well, because it's going to be the last 2D platformer in the Metroid franchise, so they say. So I'm so excited to get into that one. It was nominated for Game of the Year. It's the one that I pick for Game of the Year because I don't think I've played any of the others. To be honest with you, I'm not quite sure what was nominated for Game of the Year because, well, I saw the list and I was like, oh, okay, good, strong year, I guess. But that's coming up, so we'll have to talk about that at some point. I did get a couple of games on Xbox. I'm drawing a blank as to which ones they were, because I think a lot of the ones that I purchased were games that I already have. Destiny 2 unfortunately leaves Xbox on December 2nd, which is about 2 or 3 days away from today, depending on when you're watching this. And so my wife loves that game. It's still her favorite game to play. And so luckily I got it half off. Kind of got it for a 2 for 1 because whatever I have, she has through my sharing, game share. So we picked that up. I picked up Sekiro because that game is amazing, and it's been super fun to go back and play that one. I was on the verge of buying the Skyrim Special Edition just to check it out, but I decided not to. And then I picked up a couple of old school games. Dishonored was on sale for $5. I wanted the digital copy. I only have it on disc. Now I have all 3 of them on digital download. Same thing with Dragon Age Inquisition. I have it on disc. Now I have it on digital download. So those were kind of more. It wasn't so much as me buying new games to play on Xbox. It was more so because I'd rather have the convenience of the digital download, and they were super cheap. But Xbox is still the mainstay. I did just pick up, as you can see, I bought Vanguard. I guess this is the one that I bought on Xbox. I'm going to try and divvy it up to where I get mostly single player games on PlayStation and multiplayer games on Xbox. I know you guys prefer Xbox. When it comes to multiplayer stuff, I prefer Xbox because of my wife and my brother. So it just makes sense for me to have the multiplayer games on Xbox and all the single player stuff over on PlayStation. Wink, wink. I like the PlayStation library better anyway, but don't let anybody hear you that I said that. Don't let anybody know that I said that. So that's kind of where we are, and I kind of wanted to give you guys a heads up going forward, because I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. It's been a really weird year, and not just because I lost my parents and all that jazz, but like everything with the new and not to get too political, but like the new pandemic stuff going on, the new administration's lack of commitment to honoring anything that they ran on, and my friend's unwillingness to I don't know, how do I put this, open up perspective, I guess. Like the whole world went crazy between 2020 or 2016 and 2020, and well, it doesn't look like anything's gonna ever get better. So it kind of puts me in this conundrum, because I feel like I got a lot to say, but I feel like it's gonna fall on deaf ears. So what is the point of saying anything if you're just putting it out there? Maybe it'll help me with my mental stress. I don't know. But I do kind of feel like I want to give this a change, move into a different direction, and I'm not quite sure what kind of direction I want to go into. So you're going to get a lot of random stuff from me here and there. You'll still get the gaming stuff. That's going to be, that's kind of the mainstay. That's like my main thing. But like I've always had this idea of maybe, talking about educational stuff as well. Not just, what you're taught, but kind of interpreting what really happened and how it's taught, why it's taught that way, kind of stuff. So getting into what they would consider quote unquote conspiracy theories. Not so much conspiracy theories in terms of I'm not gonna, I'm not one of those guys that goes out there and believes that some alien race from planet Xenu came over and jerked off into a mountain, and then when that mountain erupted, everybody turned into reptilians, or the reptilian theory where this species of reptiles has come down and infiltrated and taken the form of certain presidential candidates. Because the truth is, it's a lot more simpler. A lot more simple than that. It's it's a conspiracy only because you believe it's a conspiracy. It's blatant corruption right out in the front of everybody's eyes, and people refuse to accept it, and that's that's amazing to me. So I kind of want to offer like a different opinion on things, and but not necessarily like political events. So more so like how we shape our policy ideas, the ideologues of past, present, and future tense. So be on the lookout for some of those as well. And then there's just going to be some random videos where I want to talk about stuff like fantasy football. I'm kind of in a conundrum right now. I've got a couple of really great teams going. One in particular, I have no idea how I'm 7-3, possibly 8-3 after today. But like literally all of my top players have been out all season. So I just found out Christian McCaffrey is going to be out for the rest of the season, and he was my first overall draft pick. Technically, I took him at number 2. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes. So there's going to be kind of things like that as well, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Those in the streams, obviously, over on Twitch. Not sure if we're going to do maybe 3 or 4 a week. We'll have to see how I feel going forward, and whether I can put that much work into it and still do the YouTube thing. But now, if you guys would prefer just the streams, let me know, and we can focus on that. I can do a little less here on YouTube, but I want to do both. I like the fluidity of having both to do, because it's 2 different platforms, whether you want to like it, whether I think that way or not, and 2 different ways of creating content. And well, I like the flexibility. That's kind of what draws me to content creation, because I can do whatever I want. And I before I kind of felt like I was kind of restricted to basically just talking about video games and how they related to life. And while I love talking about video games and stuff like that, I also am a filmmaker by heart. Like I've grown up doing little short films and skits and stuff like that, and I'd like to start incorporating that stuff into the channel as well. Maybe I'll throw up some of the old stuff that I did before, and you guys can either laugh your asses off or tell me that I'm the next Spielberg. Preferably tell me that I'm the next Spielberg, because, well, it makes me feel good about myself. But really what I wanted to do with this was thank you guys for, again, sticking around. The support that you guys have shown me for the years that we've done BigSweetC, and the fact that you guys stick by me, even though I do take periods of, several weeks off at a time, really makes me appreciate having you guys as the Sweetness family. So thank you for that. And I hope you guys are looking forward to a lot more stuff to come, because I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Either way, that's probably a good time to stop this one. And before I do go, I want to wish you guys a happy and safe holiday. I know a lot of stuff are coming up, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get a chance to really thank you guys again anytime soon. So I don't want to miss anything coming up between now and the next time I do get to talk about it. So thank you guys again for sticking around. If you have done so and you are excited about the future, do me that favor, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell so you know when I do go live or drop a new video. And head on over to Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow me over there at BigSweetC as well. Either way, that's going to do it for this one. BigSweetC, that's me. Wishing YouTube, that's you. Wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it might be. As long as you're watching, I'm wishing you a wonderful watching time. Sweetness, signing off. Peace.